What a beautiful day. Mark's Garage Channel here. There were a couple things I wanted to accomplish today. Had a lot to do with getting more space. I wanted to get this onto a dolly. I picked up some wood to do that with, some scrap wood, some scrap 2x3s. But before I get into that, I've been eyeballing and thinking about this all day, all last night too. I want to get this window out and into storage, wrapped up in a moving blanket and put it up in the attic. It's going to be a while before I put it back in. But once that window's out, I've been thinking about this bulge right here. I don't know if you can really see that well, but there's a dent going up on the floor of this truck. And then I was doing some looking around. I'm looking at the back of the bed. If you look at the bed rail, the front bed rail, you see it's got a big dent in it. So this truck must have, I don't know, ran over something that pushed that up. I can't imagine what they were doing, or what, off-roading or what. But I want to get that dent back to where, banged out. I don't want to hammer on it. I mean, I could hammer on it, but I don't think I want to do that with the window in. The vibration might break the window. It's probably an expensive piece of glass. Not probably, I know it's an expensive piece of glass. They definitely reproduce it. But I got some thoughts on how to, squeeze that back into place using force instead of a hammer. But I want to get this window out first. I'm going to see how that goes. The thing I want to do, I'm trying to do this with one hand. If this is rigid enough, it'll break. It seems to be flexible. You see that right there? I thought maybe I could break that, and then the glass will fall out similar to the way the windshield did. But I don't think so. I gotta see what it takes to get that gasket out. You can see on the outside that the gasket's all cracked. So I could probably maybe pry the outside off of the gasket and it'll just fall apart. And then I can get that window out. I'm going to give that a shot. Let me go set up the tripod. We'll go at it. So I don't know how much you actually saw in that time lapse, but hopefully you can see this. There's like a middle piece that if I can get under it with the screwdriver and kind of work it out, it leaves behind the other pieces, leaves a gap. And it's all pretty rigid, it crumbles. But that middle piece, you get that out, and everything else kind of breaks away. You can chip it away with the putty knife. Now I don't want to start hammering on anything because you're dealing with glass and vibrations, and you miss a swing and you're in trouble. But I might have to go get a step ladder to work this a little better. But if you can see that top piece, I'm working that right out there. I wonder if it's like a two-piece gasket. It has this, looks like a rubber cord. So during the installation, but I'm guessing I'm not going to be able to install it, just based on my experience with my windshield on the 47. That I'll probably have to call in professionals to install the windshield and the back glass. Hopefully it won't cost me too much, but that's why I'm trying to save this glass, because I'm doing this on a budget. I don't have unlimited resources. I don't know who told me already, you just send the whole cab to a body shop, a restoration shop, and let them do it professionally. Like, yeah, where's the fun in that? Definitely no content either. I'm kind of addicted to trying to create content for this channel. I don't know how good it is. I don't get a whole lot of comments or a whole lot of views, but I have fun doing it. This is what I do in my retirement days, and I enjoy it. Hopefully get this one driving. I budgeted 2 years to do this truck. I'm only a month in, but if I can get it done quicker, that's great. I'd love to be driving it. And I'm definitely leaning towards putting it on a frame. I was looking at geez, I can't remember the name of the company, Easy Frames or something like that, but it's a $2,000 kit to mount this body. And they have two different kits. One is on a Tahoe frame, 99 to 2005 Tahoe frame, and the other is on a 73, I think, to 87 C10 frame. And I'm trying to determine what the difference is or what the benefits of one versus the other before I start looking for a donor frame. If anybody has any comments on that, I'm all ears. Whether to go with a later model Tahoe, I guess, you know, later model probably is best overall, especially if I want to put an LS engine in. But I'm sure there's good points and bad points to each. I'm going to set this up on the other side, go to the other side, do the rest of the bottom. I'm glad I put this easy up, sunshade up. You know, I put it up to keep the rain out of the cab because the windows and the windshield were open and exposed the cab to the elements. I'm sure it had been exposed the whole time that the previous owner had it stored in his yard. But I just wanted it to stop raining on the inside. But I'm glad because it keeps the sun off me. It's starting to get hot out here. And I'm glad I did that. And eventually I have to take this trim off. I got to figure out how to do that next. This trim up here as well. I'm sure there's a video on it somewhere. Let's see if I can keep this inside piece rolling. Almost wonder if I should get a smaller screwdriver that'll fit inside of that groove. You know, this is work that just takes patience. I was talking to my friend Larry today. He watches my videos. We used to work together years and years ago. He says, you got a lot of patience. I said, yeah. I guess you got to. I would say you got to in almost anything in life. Patience is very helpful. But yeah, this is coming. It's going to take a little time. I'm thinking before I go and start pushing on this window, I should get somebody here to help me, just to catch it. You know, I don't want to go inside and push and have it fall right onto the back of the bed and shatter. And that I was thinking of setting up some straps or bungees to kind of catch it if it did try to get away from me. Like I said, I'm trying to save a couple bucks by reusing this back glass. Last thing I want to do is get it all the way out and have it fall on the ground and shatter. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? More embarrassing. I already, you know, embarrass myself on this channel a few times a day, generally screwing something up or doing something second or third time around. Yes, see if you watch that, it just peels right out. I'm wondering if this piece is like a two-piece gasket, and this, once you get the gasket in, this kind of locks it in place. I'll bet you that's it. If I go and watch a video on how to install this, and then it makes me start thinking maybe it's something I can install myself. But I'm a long way from there. See, I definitely want to get this out so I can stand here. And now I'm looking at the original paint underneath. Check this out. I don't know if you can see that from there. That color is a much lighter green than the dark green that's right there on the A-pillar. and on the firewall. So I wonder if this was maybe a two-tone. It was a light over a dark or something. But yeah. Yeah, even on the roof it's a lighter green. So, I'm going to shut this off. You don't need to listen to me yak. I'll get back after I've gone a lot further on this. So I got the gasket all removed. So you can see the edge of the glass. And that's all the way around. So when I push on the corner here at the top from the inside, it moves a little bit. What I don't want to do is have it flop out and land right into the bed and shatter into a million pieces. So I got to think of a way to do this smart without ruining the glass. And I think an extra set of hands is the way to go. So I'm going to make a few phone calls, see if anybody's around. I know a friend of mine sometimes is working in the area. When I say working, it's in air quotes. So let me give him a ring, see what he's up to. So I decided to go for it alone. What I'm going to do, I've put a landing zone here. It's some 2x3s, nice blanket to land on. Not that I'm going to push it out and make it land on there with a thud. I want to, lift it down on top of it, but I got something to land it on. And I'm going to get up in the bed, get my head under here, and lift up on that. And I'm going to shoot it from the inside. So I'm going to put this camera right here on the dashboard so you can watch me. And this might be one of those epic fail videos, but hopefully not. I think I can handle that glass. And let's just see how it goes. So stepping onto the frame here. Let's hook this out of the way. Oh, I probably should have put my gloves on. I want to be able to grab this underneath, right in the center. Oh yeah, look at that. I got that nice landing zone, so it's sitting right here. And what I want to do is wrap it up. What I might need is a second person just to get this down and into storage. But it works, so thumbs up on that. It wasn't one of those what not to do videos. And then once I take this out, then I can sand this all nice before I paint it, as opposed to trying to save that old gasket like I did on the 47. I used the 47's got the original back window and the original corner windows in the original gaskets, but I didn't paint the outside. I did paint the inside, and I taped around it. It took me forever to mask that off. So I was going to show you some of the metal parts that came in. There's the bottom of the A-pillar, or the hinge pocket cover. But I got the floor pan in, but it's the left floor pan that came in. Even though it's labeled right hand, it's the left hand. And I was about to send it back, but I decided to keep it. I mean, I'm going to need it anyways. So I ordered another right hand, but I ordered it from a different vendor, because when I went to go reorder the right hand from the first vendor, he was sold out. So then I'm thinking, if I send mine back, he's not going to send me anything back if he's sold out. But that aside, I also bought another hinge pocket. It's got it coming, and I'm thinking I could keep this running board and rocker setup. They're not in bad shape, but if I got to get another one, I will. Or I got one that just came in for the right side. I do not know if left and right rockers are the same, because it's only this piece, and this piece. And looking at the rocker arm part of it, that curve might be different. See how it dies in under here? So that might be the difference between left and right, which side dies in. Unless that's pushed in, it shouldn't be dying in. I don't know. I'll have to open the box and take a look. But, so there's the back window all wrapped up. Notice I didn't put a label on it that says GMC 1956 big back window, because I know what it is, and the only one who would need it is some future person if something happened to me. So I'm not betting against myself. So I'm pretty sure I'll have to find this myself whenever I find it. And my high risk move now is to carry it up into the attic of the garage here and hide it in a corner. And I just hope I can carry it up these steps without making a fool of myself and shattering the window. So I'm going to go for that next. I'll just set the camera up here. Tilt it back a little bit. Well, let's give it a shot. Not that it's heavy. It's like carrying a surfboard, but you know, you don't want. You gotta watch when you swing. You don't do like a Three Stooges thing and hit the back of it into something. I hate for after all that. Success. All right. On to the next thing.